Now let's see all in practice, okay? So if you remember from our theory, we had two examples. One of them was to see if all the elements were bigger than 3, which we saw should return false. And another example to see if all the elements were bigger than 0, which in this case would return true. So let's start with the first example, okay? Var are all bigger than 3, okay? We need to call our collections class, which contains the collections we need to work. Simple collection dot all, okay? And we need to pass a collection, not a collection, but a predicate, sorry, to all, which indicates the thing we want to test. In this case, for all my numbers, all of them, are they bigger than 3? Okay. Now let's output the result of this questioning, let's say. So all simple example 1. And let's see if we get the expected result of false. Okay. So let me run this and let's see the outcome. And as you can see, the result is false, which is what we were expecting. Okay, not all elements are bigger than 3. Now let's do the other example, okay? And the other example is, as we said, if all the elements are bigger than 0, okay? Now we need to adjust this output, and use this outcome here, and let's run and see what we get. And as you can see, now we get the expected result of true. Why? Because all the elements are bigger than 0. Now you can see here the difference between all and any, because this is the predicate that we used for any, and in the case of any it returned true. Why? Because in the case of any you need at least one element to satisfy this condition. In all you need all of them to obey this. Otherwise, if there's at least one that doesn't obey this condition, all returns false. Okay, this is what happens here. Okay. Now that we've seen a simple example, let's work with a more complex one, again with our person list. Okay. And let's see, for example, if we have all the people with age bigger than 21, for example. Okay. Var age bigger than 21. Okay. Let's go and grab our complex collection, and let's see if everyone has an age bigger than 21. So person dot age bigger than 21. Okay. Now let's see. Let's output the result of this computation and see what's the actual outcome. We are expecting it to be true. Why? Because if you take a look at our collection, and let me collapse this here, if you take a look at our collection, everyone has an age bigger than 21. Okay, so we should expect this to return true. Okay, so all complex example 1 should be age bigger than 21. And now let's run this and see the outcome. And as you can see, the outcome of our example 1 for the complex scenario is true, which is what we were expecting. Okay. Now let's see a scenario where we should return false. Okay. Taking a look at our collection, and let me collapse this, we see that everyone has a name that is exactly 4 characters. Let's see if we have everyone with a name that is bigger than 4 characters, which is obviously false. Okay. And so if we want this to return false, what we have to do is here name length greater than 4. Okay, greater than 4, person dot name dot length greater than 4. And here we need to adjust the outcome of this print. Okay, and now let's run this and see that this returns false. Okay, and as you can see, it's what we get. We get false. Okay, so have in mind that for all to return true, the predicate or condition that you pass in here should be applicable for every element in the list, and if there's one element that doesn't satisfy it, then all returns false. Otherwise, if all of them obey by this condition, then all should return true.